Yeah, I can feel the air up there when the eye feels so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. I can feel the air up there when the eye feels so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been on another wave. About to blast off for days. Damn, they don't even know my face. Pulled her before she even saw my face. Know my whole story before she even talked to me. Feel like I'm a superstar when you walk to me. Everybody wanna know my name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody wanna. Okay. And still be butchering the name, but it's all good.
What's up?
I said, no, because your bar there. Remember when they could pronounce my name? Like, they still be butchering your name, but it's all good, G.
But yes, it's all love. It's fine.
It's good, G. We back. We here. We back. We live. It's Hoops and Brews, man. What's good?
I'm chilling, bro. How you?
I'm all right, man. I had a very good day today, so I can't complain. It's nice to have one of those, and seeing all of this NBA talk is just like it has my mind hurt in terms of just like what's going on. But it's a lot of stuff to talk about, so I'm glad that we here.
It is a lot of stuff to talk about. I figured what we should start with first is the team that we both cover, who has been going through some struggles since we last talked. Obviously they acquired James Harden. They shipped off some key pieces. I should say Plumlee also happened to get hurt, sprained his MCL. I guess he's going to be gone for a few months. They are, if I'm not mistaken, are they 0-4 or 0-5 since Harden came over?
I
think it's 0-4, but they about to be 0-5 and they play the Nuggets tomorrow, which they're probably going to lose to the Nuggets. What do we think about the Clippers? What's wrong? How can they fix it? What level of panic are you on? Like, are you at a 10 on the panic scale? Or are you at like a 4 or a 5 or a 1?
Oh, no, I think the Clippers lost 5 in a row.
5 in a row. So
Harden's for. Oh, I mean, technically, did they trade Harden before or after the Lakers game?
After.
After. Okay, so they lost 4 in a row.
Okay.
But if you want my honest opinion on the Clippers, I said this when they made the trade, the night of the trade. Like, we did a special. I told you that I thought that the 76ers won a trade. And I gave you the exact reasons as to why I think that they won the trade, and you see it. What you see is that now, like you mentioned, that Harden could be good for them because they had too many redundancies in the same position. But their redundancies in the same position allowed them at times to be switchable, 1 through 5, even when Russ was in the game, because Russ still could switch on to a big. Like, we had that conversation. We had an episode where you said that you trust Russ to get rebounds more than you would trust. Like, you would trust Russ to get 15 rebounds before you trusted Rudy Gobert. That was like kind of the crux of the argument back then. So Russ is a guy that's gonna be down there in the paint, even if he is on a big. He's gonna fight to get a rebound. Even if he loses, he's gonna fight to get a rebound. So if you switch a lot, you can do that. You could do that with Batum and Covington on the floor. You can't do that with Harden and Highland on the floor, or Harden and Zubac on the floor. I think Harden's deficiencies now as a player have highlighted Ivica Zubac's deficiencies on both sides of the floor, because he looks human now. And the thing that always made Harden good with big men was that, like, he was good with big men with good foot speed. Like, Steven Adams is a big guy, but he still got good, foot speed. Clint Capella, big guy, good foot speed. Dwight Howard, big guy, good foot speed. Joel Embiid, big guy, good foot speed. Those guys you're able to play with because they're able to supplement your deficiencies that you have on offense and on defense. And now that Harden is in the game, and Russ essentially is relegated back to his role with the Lakers of having to stand in the corner, now the floor is closed up, and Harden's first step is no longer quicker than these young guys' first step, or even most of the guys' first step. He like level with them.
Nah,
So
that play
so
when he wiped
so
his feet off
that's
in the
really
air
what
ball.
I think is the problem with them. Yeah. So that's really what I think is the problem with them. But I don't think that the trade will work out. And I love Ty Lue. He my guy, but he's to blame for everything that we're witnessing. With 6 minutes left in the game, the Clippers had closed the closed the gap. I think they were up by 1 point, and then he makes a substitution to put Harden back in the game. Like, oh, I got to get him going. That is like, and Harden talking about, oh, I need to be me, and like, all this other stuff. Like, I like Harden as a human being, but my basketball criticisms about him only continue to rear their head as he gets older and loses his physical ability. Because what's to me apparently evident is that James Harden is only in it for James Harden. And the lack of effort on defense, really, especially with the Clippers, is what is appalling to me. Because I don't care if you miss shots, but you shouldn't be minus 27 for the game or minus 17 for one game, or minus 18. Most of that is because you're giving up more points than you're scoring. I also think that Kawhi Leonard is over the hill. So now you essentially have one superstar and 3 over-the-hill superstars. I think PG is still a superstar, and I think that the Clippers should be playing through him, but for some reason now they want to play through James Harden. I don't understand. And I think Kawhi is over the hill, Russ is over the hill, and Harden is over the hill. And Norm Powell is good off the bench. People arguing me on Twitter about Bones Highland saying that he was playing well this season. I disagree vehemently. I know what you all might be looking at in terms of numbers. We'll say what the numbers are going to say. I think he's plus 14 on the year. He had a DNP. Had DNP in the last game, and Ty Lue said that he's out of the rotation. But what you saw a lot when Bones Highland was in the game was loose handles with the ball, bad timing shots, and late shot clock isolations when Bones Highland is usually the third best player on the floor. So I think that they're in a massive heap of trouble. I think that Ty Lue's job is on the line. I think Kawhi Leonard getting traded is on the line. And I wouldn't be surprised if this goes really, really bad and we looking at the trade deadline and the Clippers start a fire sale. But not like a fire sale for everybody, but everybody but PG can go. And Harden can't be traded because of the trade rules, kind of in the season. So
he can get traded again, but wouldn't nobody take him?
Yeah, but that's my point. Like, so I think that I'm not joking. I realistically think Kawhi Leonard could be traded. I also realistically think that, you wouldn't trade really Russ for anything unless you're trying to get like another bench guy. But I could see Russ being on the move to a team that might need a quality backup, because if you're going to take the ball out of Russell Westbrook's hand, which I saw the lineup with Kawhi, PG, and Russ in it had a net positive for the year. But that lineup hasn't been being run that often post Harden trade. So I don't really know what they're doing. So I relinquished my time.
I think it can eventually look better than it has looked. I think that the issue with, I think number one, they're going to have to sit down and have some really honest conversations with themselves. I think you have to sit James Harden, all them in the room, and have some for real honest conversations. Like if James Harden coming in, you don't want to hear James Harden in his introductory press conference coming in talking about some I am the system. Brother, that is the wrong way to look at this. You ain't been the system for a good minute.
Look, I'll put it this way. If he's the system, he's like Windows 95.
Like, you ain't been the system, brother. You haven't been
actually, that's gonna be the name of this episode. Harden is Windows 2000 right now.
No.
Harden is Windows 2000 right now. Like, gee, we own a whole, it's Chromebooks, MacBooks. We got iPads now. Your phone better than Windows iOS 2000. 15.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. We have ChatGPT. I don't know what.
Yes, we got ChatGPT, G.
I don't know what the hell.
G, so, low key, Twitter got an AI now. It's called Grok. We got Grok now. Like, G.
I don't know.
This is not Windows 2000 no more, brother, man.
If you talk about you like the system, that's a little bit alarming. Also, I think one of the issues, and also when you make a trade like this, this is why I wish that for both parties, I wish that this trade could have got done in the offseason. especially if the Sixers knew that he was going there. You weren't gonna get any other things, because this is the situation. They need a training camp, because they on the court. They don't know what they're doing with each other. They just gave Harden the ball because, like, in theory, you like let Harden play point guard. But for this team, I think for what Russell, let's have an honest conversation about Russell Westbrook and James Harden as point guard. And with them being a legit point guard, you can argue Russell Westbrook is just as good as James Harden as a point guard.
No, what do you mean?
I'm saying with playing the point guard position, if you look at them historically throughout their careers, you can argue Russell Westbrook is just as good as James Harden when it comes to playing the point guard position.
Whoa. You better give me using expletives. I'm trying. What in the HE double hockey sticks are you talking about? Russell Westbrook won an MVP being the point guard.
So did James Harden, but Harden did too.
Harden did too. Not averaging Harden 30 and 11 as the point guard.
He literally averaged 30 and 11. I think
he was not the point guard on that team.
Yes, he was. Yes,
he was not. He was the shooting guard. No. Shooting guard who held the ball all game long.
Harden, and also that's one of the issues. James Harden ain't played shooting guard in like a decade. I don't even think he know how to play shooting guard no more. Which one of the issues I like, Russell Westbrook needs to be the point guard of the team. If you have Russ, give Russ the ball. James Harden, you're going to have to catch and shoot.
Harden won MVP in 2015, right?
Yeah.
He averaged 27.
No, 2015. It was I think it was the 17 season. The 16-17. Or it might have been 17.
Oh, 18. No. Actually, it was 17-18. My bad. He averaged 30 points per game and 8.8 assists. No, him and Russell Westbrook are not built the same.
Whatever.
Russell Westbrook is
either way,
by far and away. No, I even said it in the last episode.
By far and away is strong. By far and away.
No. What are you talking about?
Here's what I'm saying. By
James Harden. Whoa. James Harden won MVP with Steven Adams.
What you mean? He won it with Clint Capella.
Clint Capella way better than Steven Adams.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Now, what I will say is this: I do think Russell Westbrook. Listen, what I will say is this: I don't think Russell. I said this many times before. I don't think Russell Westbrook has had the luxury of ever having a team that was actually built for him. Like, even the team that he did win MVP on, that was a team that you thought.
Hold on, wait. How can you laugh at 2 more assists? 2 more assists is the difference between 8 and 11. When you averaging, because I think what did Harden average 8.8 assists. Get out of here, G. 2 more assists a game is a lot. What are we talking about? Stop it.
Harden average that year, it was 38 and 5. The year before when he averaged 29 and 11, then he'd been at 10 assists a couple times through his career. Regardless, I think you can make
Russ averaged 31.6 and 10.4 assists that year when he won MVP. Come on, man.
I'm saying, but brother,
throwing the ball to Steven Adams, G. Come on, G. No disrespect to Steven Adams, but come on, G.
But listen,
go ahead.
The year before, James Harden averaged 11.2. Basically, what I'm saying is this: Russell Westbrook as a point guard is comparable to James Harden as a point guard.
He is better than James Harden as a point guard. I'm not going to say that.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it's better. I'm not going to say it's better. I'm going to say it's comparable.
The year he won MVP, he wasn't even listed at point guard. He was playing the shooting guard.
Listen,
look at it.
Listen,
he played point guard the year before. The next year he was listed as a shooting guard. The year after that he was listed as the point guard.
Listen, if you look at the position estimates, I'm pretty sure he spent. Let me look. Position estimates. How much of his time
Chris
he spent?
Paul was on the team when he won MVP, bro.
Listen. The year he won MVP, okay, he spent 19. Okay, listen, he spent 19% of the time at point guard. Fine.
Exactly.
Hold on, but listen.
Look up Russ numbers when he won MVP and how much time he spent that point guard.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, look at all the other years when he played point guard. The man's still giving you 10 assists and 20-some points. Point being is this. Both of them are all-time great point guards. But on this basketball team, for this to work, especially at this stage in his career, I think Russell Westbrook needs to at least starting the game needs to be the point guard of this basketball team. James Harden, you have to move to the 2. Also, Paul George, like, granted, I love what Paul George said when he said, you know what, I'm gonna put more emphasis on rebounding than like playing defense. All that's great, but we still need you to be aggressive. You was fucking balling the first 7 games of the damn season. You couldn't be stopped. We still need you to be aggressive. Also, I think one of the main things that people aren't looking at is Miles Plumlee got hurt.
Mason Plumlee
Got hurt, which for this team, especially when you do lose Rocco, you do lose Morris, you do lose Batum, you do lose a bunch of your size. They are a very small basketball team right now. When Zubac goes to the bench, and Zubac is gonna go to the bench because, like you said, he has deficiencies, and there are things that he doesn't provide. PJ Tucker playing center in 2024 is not gonna get it done, brother. That's just not it. So I think
he never got it done before.
It was better. It was
actually he won a ring with the Bucks, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't playing center though.
Small ball center though, he was.
Yeah, but the small ball center was Giannis. Like you still had Giannis, so how small really are you? This team, when they take Zubac out the game, when you take Zubac out the game, they are a very small basketball team. They're probably going to get out rebounded every single game, which is another thing that, again, was horrible timing. They probably need to go and get a bid. So, again, I don't think all is lost. I think they can still salvage the situation. I don't know if they can win a championship. I'm not going to go that far. I think there are a couple teams in the West. I think the Timberwolves are better. I think the Mavericks are probably better. I think the Rockets might be better on some nights than this basketball team that we've been seeing. The Lakers are other that are better. But I do think that they can somewhat salvage this situation. But it's going to be very hard to do it because, one, in season, you're not practicing that much. They didn't get to have a training camp. And you had to look at some guys that have some very, 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 very honest conversations. And, again, you got to look at the egos that's in that locker room. James Harden, the one MVP. Russell Westbrook, the one MVP. But I don't think Russell has as much of an ego now. Harden has one MVP. I'm sure Kawhi has an ego. I'm sure PG has an ego. Somebody going to have to go in that. Somebody going to have to do it. You know what? I'm going to do less. I'm going to change. And the person who's going to have to change is probably James Harden. You're not going to be able to just dribble around and lead the league in assists this year, my brother. You might have to take some corner threes. You might have to set shoot a little bit more. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to see if this works.
Personally.
Okay. So I actually have a trade that I think would be valuable for them. But I don't think you're gonna like it though. But I think that it would help with both of those points. I think that. Hold on, let me see if I can take this setting off real quick because I'm looking at the trade machine. Hold on.
I want to say one thing though before you go.
I
do agree with everybody can go besides PG. Also because PG would do a great job of marketing the franchise.
Yeah.
PG's podcast is fucking great. Like PG does a great job of marketing the franchise. Also, I think that he has more years left at the rate he's playing at than probably Kawhi Leonard does, unfortunately, because of all the injuries that we've seen recently.
All right. So if I'm Lawrence Frank, I get my phone out and I start dialing a team that there are already rumors that a fire sale is coming, and that they are looking to pack up their team, and try a new team. And that team is the Chicago Bulls. And I call them up and I say, hey, you got 2 guys that I would love to have. Couple long contract. I mean, one has 2 more years left on his deal. But I have some guys that I want to get off. I'm looking for more rebounding and better offense in the front court and a little bit of length. So I tell the Bulls to send me Nikola Vucevic and Torrey Craig, and I send them back Terrence Mann and Zubac. And then give me some picks. Yeah, it literally works. And give me some picks.
I'm not mad at that.
If I'm the Bulls, give me 2 second rounders. Who? No, I said if I'm the Bulls, give me 2 second rounders.
I'm saying, but like, what picks the Clippers got?
No, I'm not telling the Clippers to send me no picks.
You're saying the Bulls send you 2 second rounders.
I'm saying the Bulls send me a second rounder in 2030 and a more favorable protected second rounder in 2030.
I just feel like that's not enough I just feel like the Clippers wouldn't be giving up enough.
That's a lie.
You just giving me Zubac and T-Man, and I'm giving you Vucevic. We don't have to.
No, you're missing my point, bro. Vucevic has 3 years. He has 3 years, $18 million left.
I know.
If you're the Bulls and you're trying to have a fire sale and get rid of people, Terrence Mann has literally been considered untradeable this year. So you get a guy that is untradeable, a young wing. If you want to get rid of Zach or DeMar at that point, you then can do that and put T-Man there. You have Caruso, who's a defensive point guard, and then you try to rebuild around a young defensive team and be terrible and try to get you some picks. Like if I'm trading away Zach LaVine and DeRozan, I want a bunch of first-round picks.
I agree.
can try to get a young guy. But Terrence Mann and Zubac fit that mold for me because even Zoo is still a starting center. So you get back 2 starters for 1 starter, and Vucevic don't play no fucking defense.
What you think about this?
No. Why? So he
Rebound.
can so he can do some nut ass shit, and then and then you got memes and shit all on.
Rebounding, rebounding,
no disrespect to Drummond, but
rebounding, but with the roster that the Bulls have, not the Bulls, the Clippers have, they could use a big that can also stretch the floor, which is why I think it said they were looking at Daniel Tice because they could use a big that could at least stretch the floor.
Daniel Tice is not going to win them a championship.
I was just saying the
lineup with Vucevic works because then you can play 5 out. You can also stick Vucci in the corner because Vucci got a decent corner 3, and Vucci gonna get you low post and mid range buckets. Zubac can't get you mid-range buckets. He can only get you low-post buckets, and he can't get you no threes. Now, if you want Vooch want to stand out there and shoot threes anyways. So now that makes your offensive lineup switchable, and defensively, Vooch still going to get killed, but he will make up for what he's getting killed on defense with offensive ability and because right now,
at that
with
point,
the
you
space,
and outscore people.
No, I disagree with that because then you can still go small at the end of the game, and you have a guy like Torrey Craig where you can put him in, stick him in the corner.
Okay.
The problem with Terrence Mann on this team is with Batum in the game, you could put T-Man in the game because you don't have to stick T-Man in the corner. You could put Batum in the corner, and he gonna just catch it and shoot it. Not even put it down. He just gonna catch it and shoot it. That's all he gonna do. But if T-Man is in that corner, he can't shoot. So you got to have him at the top of the key or somewhere on the wing. So if you have Torrey Craig, you can stick Torrey Craig in the corner. Like you did Batum.
He'll also help rebound. I think he had 15 rebounds. Rebounds. 12 rebounds there.
And he's only making $2.5 million a year right now.
I don't hate that.
And at that point, you can keep Russ because now you don't have to put Russ in the corner anymore. And if I'm being honest, Harden, when you're out of breath,
go to the corner.
Go to the corner and be ready to catch it and shoot it without dribbling.
But again, that's one of my main things with Harden on this team. You need to actually play shooting guard. Stop the dribbling shit. Like, stop. Go to catch and shoot.
Like, G, it's not working no more.
It's not working, bro.
You not Steph Curry, G.
Stop. Just go.
You not Steph Curry, G.
Bro. There will still be many points where you can, attack from the wing, put it on the floor, catch and shoot. But my thing is, do he know how to do that anymore? Like, he ain't done this in 10 years.
Look, him and Steph Curry got drafted in the same year. They came in literally the same exact year. There is a very clear difference in decline between Steph Curry and James Harden. And you want to know a fun fact? What? Steph Curry is a year older than James Harden.
Makes sense.
So I probably won't do no more events for his charity anyways. But I don't mean this disrespectfully because as I've said before, like I used to criticize Harden for not coming up big in big moments when he was the guy. But now that's over with. So nothing I'm saying is personal. But I do believe his lifestyle is a huge part of the reason as to why he is no longer great anymore. Because the one thing you can never question about Steph Curry is he in shape? You've never questioned his physical prowess and his endurance and his ability to come in and be in shape. Am I right or wrong?
You're not wrong.
With James Harden, no, wait a minute. They lost to the Nets. I saw videos of him on X at a party after the game.
He was on the party after the game.
Gee.
He was with his family. I think he was with his family.
It does not matter.
He was with his family, though.
It does not matter. And that's why I said I don't want it to sound personal. It doesn't matter.
The only thing I will say is
it doesn't matter because you know what he could have done? after they lost to the Nets and he had a not good performance, he could have went to that motherfucking Jim Mello be at with that goddamn hoodie on. Like, yo, PG, Russ, Kawhi, let's go to Lifetime Fitness and practice. And we could have saw some pictures of them at Lifetime Fitness at 12 a.m. New York time with the hoodies on, like, yeah, we working on this to build this up because we going to win a ring. It don't feel like that. So to me, what we are going to see very quickly, and shout out to my guy Steve Ballmer, because he's always been very nice to me. He's always spoken to me when I've seen him. But you're going to see that enthusiasm turn into a... He's building he paid $1 billion cash for the Forum,
bro.
So he could get the land to build the Intuit Dome.
Man, bro.
I paid $1 billion liquid.
And
not,
all of them might
not stock. I
called
up the banker and I said, hey, I need you to wire $1 billion.
Wire $1 billion. Beautiful stadium too. Beautiful stadium.
It looks incredible.
It looks like it'll be the best.
It opens next year.
And none of them might not be.
You guys are not about to embarrass me. They gonna have that man talking like Donald Sterling in a minute.
And none of them might not be there next year. So I think literally there is a world where none of them are there next year.
Gee, that man gonna be Harden. Harden, he's bringing him to my games.
There is a world. There is literally a world
in my games. Harden's bringing them to my games.
There's a world where fucking we have a better of Bones Highland outside the Intuit Dome.
Nah, I disagree with that. PG's not going nowhere.
He's not going nowhere. I know.
No. I'll say this. Even just looking at the trade thing, PG has 2 years, $45 million left. Kawhi 2 years, $45 million.
I think they all play, but they're all player options. I'm pretty sure they're all player options. I think all of them can opt out
after the 2 years.
No, this summer they can all opt out. Like everybody can literally be gone. I doubt it happens. Like one of them is gonna stay, probably PG. Kawhi will see.
No, they're all gonna stay because they're never gonna see $45 million a year again in their career.
I think PG could.
Where?
I'm trying to think of a team that needs somebody.
You got $131 million cap. You paying Paul George $45 million post 2023?
I think somebody might do it. But also,
you own that shit.
But wait, real quick though. If he leaves, I don't think his max would be that high because I don't know one. I don't know if he would get All NBA this season. So his max might be like 35, 38. So we'll see, but again, but my
look. I'm telling you that Steve Ballmer's enthusiasm, and believe me when I say, Steve Ballmer, without a doubt, to me, other than probably Mark Cuban, and I think you see a testament to how great of an owner Mark Cuban is because like Kyrie was in the crib fighting himself like he had the goblin mask on and he kept it G. He ain't tweeted or said nothing that could get anybody in trouble this year. But I think Steve Ballmer is one of the best owners in the league. And I think that it's going to be very unfortunate that middle management might ruin what could have been like the Clippers realistically could have been two-time champions right now. If you look at the past 4 seasons, every time it's catastrophically come up short. So my point in that is that you're Steve Ballmer, and every season, and this is what even I said I've gave up on thinking that they're gonna win a championship because it's just one catastrophe after another one. So I hope that it ends well for them, but I don't believe that it will. And I think that they could very, realistically be in a situation like the Mavericks, which we'll talk about, where they're going to the season next year where they have 2 superstars and a couple role players and a bunch of young guys that they're trying to reinvigorate their franchise with. Because right now, I don't think what they have is going to work. And I'll leave it at that.
I'm not mad at it. Again, like I said, one, I think James Harden actually needs to go and play the shooting guard position. He needs to remember how to play the shooting guard position. Put the ball back in the put the ball back into Russell Westbrook's hands because he was playing great, and we've seen evidence of the Russ, Kawhi, PG lineup. The on-off numbers, they look really good, and Plumlee being out, I think, is a much bigger thing than what people will give it credit for, because trading off that size and your backup big being PJ Tucker. So now when you go to your small ball lineup, like everybody is under 6'7", 6'8" on the court. I think that is a huge thing, and they probably need to go get a big and fix that. And again, some egos got to get checked, and they got to figure it out. I think that they can eventually find a way to right the ship and be better than what they look right now. But I think a championship might be out of the question for this season. And yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. It might. They might not ever win a championship.
I mean,
But
many franchises win one.
But we saw the Rams get a new stadium and a championship in the same year.
Yeah, but the Rams spent so much money.
Yeah, they said I need $1 billion. I got to buy the form for $1 billion to get the lot across the street. Wire them $1 billion cash right now.
I'm saying the Rams.
No. Stop. Click. Yo, hello. You said $1 billion cash. What, 998 million? I'll just make it an even billion. It'll be there by Friday. Send over the contract. We're gonna sign it. That's not a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. I'm just saying, but the NFL salary cap just seems like that shit don't exist.
Gee, these NBA players are making $45 million plus a year.
They are, but again, we got to remember the new cap thing is coming in next season.
Stop. Now you're going to have me turn into Brandon Marshall, this motherfucker. They don't, their contracts, it's guaranteed for 4 years. You already know I'm starting my athlete. I started my tech app, bro. Like, I got the stats. These NBA players are making a ridiculous amount of money. I don't want to hear that shit. There is a lot of money being put in their pockets. And they trying to turn this shit into EuroLeague soccer. So I don't want to hear that. But anyways, let's move on. My son. I issued a challenge to him last year. I challenged him to go out and become a better teammate and become a better player, and to not waste Kyrie Irving's talent. That's what I challenged Luka Doncic to do. And he's done it. The ball is moving, and the thing that I think that Luka Doncic has finally understood this year is that I can get 50, 10, and 10 and spend the entire night after the game exhausted and have to wake up and worry about doing it again tomorrow, or be sore the whole next day, and then the day after I got a back-to-back. Or I could get 40, 8, and 8. And when I'm tired during the game, brother Chief Hala, take the ball. Go ahead. I'm going to stand over here and grab me a quick little break. If it break down and you need me to throw up some crazy stuff at the rim that might go in when the shot clock breaking down, throw it my way. And all of the previous years with Luka Doncic, and this is no disrespect, but Tim Hardaway Jr. was his second best option on offense. Tim Hardaway Jr. didn't hit arguably the greatest shot in NBA history during the finals.
We had Jalen Brunson, he had Spencer Dinwiddie. That's not exactly true. Jalen Brunson is better than Tim Hardaway Jr. He's better than Tim Hardaway Jr. Spencer Dinwiddie was too. I'm just saying they do have the best possible version of those guys in Kyrie Irving. Now I'm just saying that's not 100% true. That's not 100% true. I'm just saying. But yes, they do have the best possible version of those guys in Kyrie Irving.
When you needed a bucket,
Brunson.
This is why I always be screaming my watch more basketball.
What you mad, bro?
Because you weren't actually watching Mavericks games. Jalen Brunson only got the ball in the playoffs. During the regular season, when they needed a bucket, they would turn to Tim Hardaway Jr. You like, why are you giving Tim Hardaway Jr. the ball to be the second option? It should be Jalen Brunson. It should be Spencer Dinwiddie. But it wasn't. It was Tim Hardaway Jr. So my point is, you go from forcing a guy like Tim Hardaway Jr. to be your second option on offense, which was not a smart move, right? To having one of the greatest isolation basketball players to ever pick up a basketball. So if you're Luka, the need to get 50 every night is not there. If you get 50, you was just hot. Now I can turn to Kyrie, and on any given night, Kyrie can give me 30. Tim Hardaway Jr. can't do that. Spencer Dinwiddie can't do that. Jalen Brunson can't do that. Nobody, it's a very few amount of guys in the NBA ever that you can give the ball and say, hey, big fella, give me 30. And they just stand out there and give you 30. This man, Kyrie, hit 7 threes the other night.
He been balling.
And I haven't even mentioned Lively.
Who has looked great. He's looked great. For a rookie, he's looked great. Derrick Jones Jr. has been good. Grant Williams has been solid. They still don't play no defense, but I think they have a potential to have a better defense just by the pieces that they have than what they've had in previous years. I think they're 23rd in defense right now. I think they can be better than that though. Just strictly off the personnel that they do have. I'm sure they're more comfortable with Jason Kidd's system. Josh Green has showed growth, like you said. You mentioned Lively, and again,
can I interrupt really quickly?
What's up?
Jason Kidd did not have a system last year because there is no system on the fly when you have Kyrie Irving and you have a guy that had a James Harden-like usage rating playing together. Even James Harden, when you look at Houston, he never played with anyone that offensively had the talent that Kyrie Irving had. So he never had to defer to anyone when it came time to scoring the ball. With Kyrie Irving there, Luka Doncic on any given night could put up 15 assists if he wanted to just pass the ball because he has another guy that can give him 30. Harden never had that. Last year, what you saw was Luka was still playing like he had Jalen Brunson, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Spencer Dinwiddie on his team. This year, now, Luka has taken it within himself to be better, and therefore Kidd is able to actually draw up plays for Kyrie. You can't draw up plays for Kyrie when the offense is Luka dribble and score and pass. So what offense do you have other than giving Kyrie the ball without an offense and saying make something happen because you're Kyrie? This year, you actually see plays being run for the man. Last year, they running like simple actions. You can't do that with Kyrie. Kyrie not no guy that you just run simple actions for and be like, all right, now go ahead and LeBron would do that sometimes, but LeBron still would make sure Kyrie could get open shots in transition, open shots where he would throw passes across the court. Luka wasn't doing none of that last year.
I'm listen. I'm gonna keep it G with you. I watched a lot of them Cavs games. They would throw Kyrie the ball sometimes. Be like, figure it out.
You said sometimes Luka would no. My point is Luka was just giving him the ball like, yo, it's your turn to go score, so go score. But also, this year they're actually calling plays for Kyrie. Kid couldn't do that last year. Luka wouldn't let him.
But also, again, what you see is like when you take these players, like these big personalities, big players, who command a lot and who change the system a lot, it's gonna take some time. That trade happened last year in February. Luka was in and out the lineup. Kyrie was in and out the lineup. I think didn't in Kyrie's first game when they was playing against the Clippers, Luka didn't even play. So like finally you actually get a training camp with these guys. These guys can get in and get some reps in on the court together. Kyrie seems to be healthy. Luka seems to be healthy this season, and these are some of the results that you're getting. And I think Luka just took it up on himself to get better. I mean, granted, I don't know if he's gonna shoot 41% from three all season, but he's shooting 41% from three. He's shooting 52% from the field. Like, he looks like he's playing better. So I think they can keep this up. I don't know if they're gonna win the West, but I do think that they can keep up winning with the pace that they are winning, as long as they have no injuries. As long as Luka can stay pretty much healthy throughout the whole year. You know, like I said, at the end of I think last year at the Cavs training, if I'm not mistaken, or he had some type of injury like down the stretch. As long as he can stay pretty much healthy, as long as Kyrie can stay on the court. And again, for Kyrie also as well, like you said, I'm granted it's only November, but I have not heard that man name in the news at all. I'd be damn near forgetting he in the league sometimes. And that is a good thing. The only thing I hear about Kyrie sometimes is the fact he scored points.
Look. I know I know Kyrie with all of the shit that's going on in the news, bro. His group chat
is on fire. Group chat probably on fire.
The group chat, like, please don't tweet this, G.
But
please don't tweet this, G.
But even that, he looks like, I mean, granted, it's fucking November. We got a long season. We got 70 more games.
You're a liar. You're a liar. Hoops Den. You're a liar.
Again, we got 70 more games at this point. But the man seems happy. Like, even when I watch him in press conferences, for real. Like, in press conferences, I watch him. He seems happy. He seems calm. Like, even when he was talking about the Clippers situation, like, it's gonna take, he was like, it's gonna take some time. Like, he just looks like a much more settled, happier person. He got his money now. He gonna be in Dallas if he chooses for the next 3-4 years. He got his money. You still playing with, a great player. And for him, I'm sure, like, it's kind of resembles playing with LeBron. Granted, Luka Doncic is not LeBron, but it kind of resembles playing with LeBron for him, right? Whereas, like, Luka's going to be the guy who will go out there and get, 38 and 8, whatever, and you can just kind of come in and, like, be the sidekick and, be the number 2 option and score when needed. He going to have some nights where he going to light him up for 50. But if he scores 18 points, that's okay as well. They can still figure out a way to win basketball games. Like, this season, he's averaging 23 points. I don't think in Brooklyn he could average 23 points and they be 8-2. He would probably give you 28 in Brooklyn and playing with KD for them to be 8-2. So again, I do think that they can keep this up. And also, I think Lively has been a huge plus. And you can see why people were big on him coming out the draft, even though at Duke he didn't have the greatest season last year. You can still see why people were still big on him. Like I said, even though he didn't have the best season at Duke. So again, I like this team, and yes, I think that they can keep this up. And yeah, we'll see. By the way, the internet, why did they believe that Steph Curry shit?
What? I didn't even see it, bro.
It was like a video allegedly of, like, well, it wasn't Steph Curry. It's somebody who looked like Steph Curry drinking lean, and it said, yo, this is Steph drinking lean. The Mavericks finna cut him. I'm like, come on, G, that's not Steph.
I mean, even if he was drinking lean, they ain't gonna cut him, boy. G, all the shit Miles Bridges did, and the worst, the least worst thing he do is probably drink some lean with the shit that be going on with these motherfucking NBA players. But
facts.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's move on.
I want to talk about the Sixers real quick.
Go ahead.
Thoughts on the Sixers. My thoughts on the Sixers is exactly what the fuck I said. I said, I don't give a damn if Harden ain't on his team. You still have a good basketball team. Like I remember, shout out my homie Glasses. I was talking to Glasses. We was talking about, if like Bucks versus 76ers goes down. I'm like, you trying to tell me Tyrese Maxey can't outplay Dame Lillard 2 times in the series? I always thought Harden was actually kind of somewhat holding Maxey back, and you need to give this guy the ball and let him be who he is. Obviously, the Kelly Oubre thing genuinely does suck. Prayers up for Kelly Oubre. Hope you get back right and you get back straight. It genuinely does suck because he was playing good. And also Tobias Harris now, he's a guy where, like, the thing about Harden and even with, like, the thing about Tobias Harris, which I know, like, people would get on Tobias, especially when Harden was there. They would get on Tobias like, oh, Tobias, he doesn't score enough points. He's not a good third option. Bro, they would run no plays for the man. They wouldn't run plays for the man.
Look, I am people.
They wouldn't. Like,
I
no,
am people. I am the people.
yes, you were. But they literally wouldn't run plays for the man. What you see now is he's getting the ball. He's giving you 20 points a night. Shooting, I think, 50% from the field, 36% from three. It also is a contract year. He probably wants some more money. But
you know
also,
what he's saying? He's saying,
I'm talking about this shit means something to me, man.
that's what he said when Harden got traded.
He's getting the ball. Maxey is performing. And again, my main thing with the Philadelphia 76ers is Joel Embiid. Brother, like, listen, at some point in time, now granted, at first it was Brett Brown. Okay. Then it was Ben Simmons. Okay. Then it was your injuries. Okay. Then it was James Harden. Brother, at some point in time, you're gonna have to show up. At some point in time,
what are we talking about?
Joel Embiid.
Do you not see his numbers?
We see this every regular season. And then we get to the playoffs and lose second round. At some point in time, I don't want to hear that shit.
No, but I don't want to hear that from you because he finally has his guy.
Oh, I don't want to hear this. Bro.
He does.
Hold on, wait.
He finally has his guy. I don't think he ever had his guy. We got to think about it. Ben Simmons, number 1 pick. Joel Embiid, number 1 pick.
I understand what you're saying.
It's instantaneously a competition that is inherently going to come from that. So my only point is, I'm just saying.
I hear you, and I don't agree with you because, one, you wanted Harden over here. You did win an MVP with James Harden. It wasn't like he held you back. You had your best season today.
Yeah, but what did he do in the playoffs?
What did he do in the playoffs? What the fuck did Embiid do? He was on the court too. We watched the same goddamn game 6. They was up, and I didn't see Embiid shooting the ball either. I didn't really see Embiid doing nothing. I saw the same game 7 when Embiid had 8 points too. So I'm just saying, yeah, Harden was trash. He wasn't much better. I saw the Miami series the year before. I saw the fucking other Miami series. I saw the game 7 when you had a stomach ache. So I'm just saying, at some point in time, brother is on you. Like, if Joel Embiid wins even 1 ring, do you know what that does for him?
Yeah.
Even where it puts him in the rank of best Sixers ever. Top 3? Top 4?
Yeah, he got to be top 3.
Like Dr. J, Moses Malone, Wilt Chamberlain, who else? AI wouldn't be over you. Nobody like that. Like, that's the you would be the best Sixer in this decade. And again, which is why I said like that Sixers had to do something. You can't let you can't let this season go to waste because, again, you do have a Joel Embiid who's in his prime, and Embiid has had injury issues, and it's not like he's like 27 years old. I think he's almost 30. So you don't know how much longer you're going to really have with this nucleus to go win. And again, when I look at the East, who can't they beat? If Joel Embiid plays like Joel and fucking Embiid, who can't they beat? Why can't they beat the Bucks? Maxey can't go. I've seen Dame this season. Granted, it's early. It's very, very early. It is very early. You know, Dame probably going through a lot in his personal life. Also, he's probably not used to not having the ball all the time, so it's going to be a little bit of a adjustment for him. But I've seen Dame Lillard play basketball this year. I've watched it. I've looked at it. It don't look like Portland so far. It don't look like that. I watched shit today. Motherfuckers 1 for 13 for 3 against the Bulls. So it don't look like Portland. I've seen them play. So you trying to tell me Maxey can't go bucket for bucket with Dame? With the way Chris Middleton playing, you trying to tell me Tobias can't outplay him? If Embiid is who we think he is, he can't outplay Giannis. Let's move to Boston. They ain't got bodies for Tatum. They ain't got bodies for Brown. Like what? Why can't you win? So my thoughts on the Sixers is, like, granted, would they win the Eastern Conference in the regular season? I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But this is the Sixers team, that should have something to say about what goes on throughout the rest of the Eastern Conference. And if they don't, I don't hear no excuses. We even got rid of all your coaches. Brett Brown was an issue. Okay, he gone now. Doc Rivers don't make no adjustments. Okay, he gone now. We got Nick Nurse. Won a championship 4 years ago. We always think, well, at least I would assume, I think most of the basketball public thinks Nick Nurse is one of the better X's and O's guys in the league. I mean, he broke out a fucking boxing one in the finals. When the last time you seen a boxing one? When the last time you even thought to think to run a boxing one before he did it? So again, my thoughts on the Sixers is keep it up. Again, it's the same thing I said for the season. I don't care if Harden don't step on that court. You still got the team that you got to get it done. So, yeah.
I can't argue with that. I think the biggest thing with the 76ers that I just want to see is just overall consistency. I don't believe that Joel Embiid will win MVP this year, but
You do or you don't.
I don't. But when you look at the way that he's been playing, he's still playing at an MVP caliber, and that's really all I need from him. I think that the 76ers. I'll put it this way, and I'm because I don't really have a lot to say about them, but I'll make my point like very succinct. I love Doc Rivers. I actually enjoy him being on TV.
Great on TV. I love him on TV.
I do miss Van Gundy though. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I miss Van Gundy because of his. I enjoy the spiteful nature of questioning the NBA. I like that personally. But I can understand. But I also love Doris Burke. So that team is a great team to listen to comment on games. And we've heard this from players when we were doing the point guard series that were coached by Doc Rivers, and when we were doing Who Got Game with Baron Davis and Slick Studios. They talked about Doc, and they're like, Doc is a player's coach, but Doc not gonna make no adjustments. Doc gonna come in the huddle and be like, what y'all want to do? So Nick Nurse is never gonna be at any point in time at a strategic disadvantage with any of his teams. Now willpower, relationship-wise, things started to fall apart in Toronto, but the strategic X's and O's and in-game adjustments were always there on Nick Nurse's behalf. So even if you are Joel Embiid, there are times in that series with Doc Rivers where they just kept giving him the ball even though he didn't really have anything going. And a wise decision would have been to give the ball to a guy like Maxey, who the Celtics had no one to guard. And say like you create for us. We saw flashes of that, but we didn't see any consistent level. And that's part of the adjustment layer that needs to happen. I also believe that with Kelly Oubre's injury, the 76ers are going to make one more trade. I also think that you still have not even gotten a chance to see their depth. See, the problem with the Clippers trading those assets away was that they gave away depth. So if Harden doesn't work, there's no other pieces that are peripherally in that trade where you're like, if this piece doesn't work, then we're screwed. It's only really Harden. PJ Tucker is like a throw-in for salary, really. Like he's not going to make the difference in the Clippers winning a championship at this point in his career, no disrespect. So for me, looking at the 76ers, I truly believe Nicholas Batum is on my fantasy team. I literally went and picked him up. Robert Covington, I think, still has a third level in his career and a third phase. I think the beginning of his career, he was more of a sharpshooter, defensive guy. Last couple of years, he's been a journeyman. I think this year he will finish his career out as more of a Danny Green style type of player. And I think that will be a massive contribution for the 76ers, because the one thing that we can say about them last year versus the Celtics was they didn't have any perimeter shooting. With Batum and Covington, you now have that perimeter shooting. With Oubre, you have perimeter shooting. You actually have it now. You have perimeter playmakers, but you didn't have perimeter shooting. Now you can literally stick Batum in a corner, Covington in a corner, and they can catch and shoot threes at will. And they're going to shoot 35 to 40% a clip. They didn't have anyone that could consistently do that last year. So I believe that I just need to see more from them and consistency, but I'm not worried about them. I thought that they won the trade the day that the trade happened, and I believe that going forward they will win the trade. Will they win a championship? No, but I told you there's only two contenders in the NBA to me this year. It's the Denver Nuggets and the Milwaukee Bucks.
I disagree with that. I mean, when I just look at the Sixers roster again, if Embiid is who we think he is, what the fuck? Like, it's not like they don't at least be in the conversation every year. He just go out there and score 10 points when you need to score 35. So I think the Sixers in the NSL, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no other team has defenders that bother him anymore, though.
Who?
Embiid.
No other team had defenders that bothered him last year. He scored 8 points in a game 7. They ain't bother you that damn much.
Big Al and Robert Williams have always given him trouble, though.
Big Al, shout out Big Al.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Savvy has nothing to do with your age. LeBron is still out there, almost 40 years old, playing amazingly.
Listen.
I don't want to hear that.
Hold on. No, because shout out Big Al. But the reason you get paid $200 million is to figure that shit out. I don't want to hear that. If you are who we all think you are and who you supposed to be, you gotta at some point you gotta figure that out. Now again, like I said, we could put it on Harden, we could put it on Doc. We done put it on Ben Simmons, we done put it on Brett Brown, we done put it on everybody else. At some point, dog, you gotta solve them riddles. You on mute.
Putting it on Harden is, look at his resume over the past couple years. But we can move on from that, though.
Okay.
We can move on from that. So let's actually talk about this. Here we go.
That's funny.
CB2 Smooth said, how do y'all feel about Anthony Edwards in the Timberwolves? I told you all, 3 years ago when we had the NBA draft special and Anthony Edwards went to the when he went to the Timberwolves, back when Ashton Nicole was on the channel, I told you, I said, LaMelo Ball is going to be a superstar and Anthony Edwards is going to either be a bust or he's going to be the new Michael Jordan. And look at him. Okay, now, he's not as potent as Mike, but he looks just like Mike.
Here's the thing about did you watch the Boston game?
I didn't watch the Boston game. I watched the end of it, but I didn't watch the whole
has game. Moments where how a lot of people would get hot offensively and they just score a whole bunch of points. Ant do both though. Ant will come down, hit a crazy mid-range, and then come back and guard your best player, which he was doing at Tatum. He had 5 fouls and was locking Tatum smooth up.
Yeah.
So I just like the competitive nature that Ant showed. Even
part of that was he said Tatum was talking trash to him, which also
same thing Draymond did. Draymond walked up there.
I believe he said Tatum was talking trash to him, saying that he couldn't guard him. And he was like, but I had 5 fouls, so I wasn't trying to get a foul, but I'm gonna show y'all I can guard y'all. Basically, is what he said.
And he walked up there and guarded him. I think
Baby Mike.
I had this conversation. Shout out Scott in the barbershop. I had this on I'm not gonna hold you when they asked me who my sleeper teams was. I said the Timberwolves. I said the Timberwolves outside of Boston and Denver have the best first 6 in the NBA.
Sleeper teams for what?
Like in the Western Conference.
To do what?
I think they can make a conference finals run.
I'm not upset at that.
Even if you look at the playoffs last year, they played the Nuggets the best.
Yeah, they actually did.
They played the Nuggets the best.
They actually did.
They had me thinking, and they were missing Jaden McDaniels because he wanted to punch his fucking thing and break his hand.
What did he ever say? He said, oh, they traded for Kevin Durant. We got Jaden McDaniels. Bro, what?
No.
Anthony Edwards said that. He was dead ass too.
Shout out, man.
We got Jaden McDaniels.
Shout out, Mans. But no, and they were missing him, and I think they was missing some. And Rudy got fucking suspended, for one game by the team, if I'm not mistaken, because he had that whole blow up with Kyle Anderson, which was hilarious.
Stole that, man. By the way, Kyle Anderson's been playing very good this year.
They all have. Rudy
Reed has been playing good. By the way, that Nas Reed steal behind the back pass. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Nas Reed's been playing good. Rudy Gobert seems to finally Rudy allegedly said he's been feeling the best he's felt in a couple years. He seems to be back to his defensive player of the year form. And I know he's so fucking
recovering from the COVID.
Might have been. I don't know. And look, I know he's so fucking happy to finally have guards who actually try to play fucking guard people. I know he's so happy to have guards who actually try to guard people.
Guards and wings.
You ain't never, like, think about Rudy. He was doing all of this with a team whose defensive scheme.
Joe Ingles was started, G.
Their defensive scheme was literally shade everybody to Rudy. That is a horrible scheme, G. So your whole scheme is to let people walk by you and make me clean up everything. And then when in the playoffs, when teams go 5 wide, I look crazy because y'all keep getting broke down. So now I got to run my big ass from the fucking 3-point line back to the paint, back to the 3-point line. What do you want from me? Like, I think they have the best first 6 in the league. Again, Mike Conley, like, you know, he's probably a little bit over the hill, but he's still a good point guard. Anthony Edwards. When I look at Anthony Edwards,
the Jazz would be like, "Hey, Donovan, we need you to play some defense." He'd be like,
bro, what? Like, so I think the Team USA thing probably did a lot for him. Like, Team USA, I mean, you know, obviously it's a big stage. It's supposed to be like, you know, obviously we lost, but still supposed to be like, you know, a big stage in the world. He was the face of Team USA, I think. Anthony Edwards was the face of Team USA. He was the face of America for Team USA. He got his own shoe deal. There's no reason when we reconvene next season and we do a top 10 shooting guard list, why am I not putting Anthony Edwards number 1? He can go out and grab that this season. I mean, you know, you got Devin Booker, you got Donovan Mitchell, but like he can go out and grab that title this season. And we can't forget about Cat. Now, I know we all have our things about Cat. You know, Cat may not be, I think, the superstar that we thought he was.
Can I quickly, not interject, but to supplement your point? I believe that Karl Anthony Towns finally understands his role because he's finally played with someone that he feels is a superior talent to him. Like, I don't believe he respected Jimmy Butler's talent, even though like Jimmy Butler's just like gotten better and better and better and better and better as a player and ascended. But with Anthony Edwards, you can see it from him getting drafted to what he's becoming. I think Cat realizes, like, I don't need to be the number 1 no more. If I'm a great number 2, if I can just get like 21 and 8 and play good defense and like not be a liability, Rudy can get his 12 and 12. Our team can be good. I don't have to be the man. And I feel like before, Cat was always questioning if he was going to be the man or not. And I think that's the biggest difference in his game and why this team has been winning is because before he commanded the ball. Now he realizes that he is not the commander of the basketball. Anthony Edwards is. And if they play through Anthony Edwards, his shots will become easier. Rudy's game will be easier. And he just needs to focus on getting 8 rebounds, blocking a shot, and making his shots, which still, Karl Anthony Towns is shooting 45% from the field goal range this year. That is abysmal. You are 6'11".
He needs to be better. But a lot of it is the fact he's shooting, 34% from 3, which for him is low as hell. But also, I mean, we have to think about it, like, even number 1, I think he finally has a point guard, Mike Conley. Like, I remember that series against Memphis that they should have won. They should have won that playoff series against Memphis. They lost 2 20-point leads in one game. That should never happen. Also, I think Chris Finch is getting better. You know, I think a lot of times
because I wanted him fired after that. After that abysmal performance in the past 2 play-in playoffs.
Brother, so like I think that sometimes we talk about players getting better.
He's the white Doc Rivers.
I'm not mad at that. I think sometimes we talk about players getting better and don't realize that coaches can also get better too. So when I look at this Timberwolves team, like, yeah, I think this team is legit as long as they can stay healthy. But that's for everybody. But stay healthy and keep growing. I think they can make a conference finals run. I really do. And I think that if they see a team like the Nuggets in like the second round, I don't think they would beat them. But I do think that they could make that series very, 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 very difficult for them.
It'd be a nice 5-game series.
I'm going 6.
No, not if Jamal Murray's healthy.
I'm going 6.
Nah.
I'm going 6.
That boy Jokic was warming up before the game. He had 4 threes in a row. He randomly shot a 3 left-handed, and it looked like he was shooting it with his normal hand.
He did do that.
Let's move on. Let's actually talk about the surprise of the season, which, you know what's funny? I said that they were going to win 40 games before the season.
I think I agree with you.
And people kind of call me crazy on Twitter. But Ime Udoka is a phenomenal coach. When he's motivated and his tank is empty, he's good.
His tank is empty is insane.
When his tank is empty, he is good.
Insane.
When his tank is empty, he is feeling fine, and he is coaching his ass off.
What I would
Shout
say
out to
is
Jeezy.
they finally have actual NBA players in there, and you can say what you want to say about
actual adults.
actual adults. And again, you can say what you want to say about Dylan Brooks, but he's been playing a damn good basketball. Dylan Brooks
say what you want to say about.
players.
You can say what you say about Dylan Brooks, but we got to be honest about Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks is
Damn good basketball
a
player,
damn good basketball player,
and he's leading the league in 3-point percentage. Did you know that?
That is that fact.
53% from 3-point land right now. 53%. Like they
Wow.
have actual legitimate NBA basketball players, professionals, adults. You're not just seeing Jalen Green run up and do whatever. Also, Kevin Porter being off the team is great for them. I said that when again the situation unfortunate, shouldn't have done it, but I said it when it happened. They gonna get better. And Alfred Şengün looking like Alfred Şengün looking like baby Jokic. But again, so for me, it's just again having an actual professional coach like Steven Silas. Shout out Steven Silas. It wasn't all his fault, yo. It wasn't all his fault. Like bro, they signed you. You think you finna be coaching James Harden and John Wall? James Harden hang out with little baby y'all summer and want to get traded. What the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Then they want to sit John Wall down the whole season and run literal children out there the whole season. Like, bro,
by the way, he is not leading the league in 3-point percentage. Technically, I guess Cameron Payne is leading the league in NBA 3-point percentage. Technically, Dylan Brooks is 2, but Dylan Brooks is shooting 53% from the 3-point line. He's only taking 3 a game, which I think is actually
good,
crazy.
Good.
Jay Crowder is shooting 51% from 3, playing 26 minutes a night. Batum. The Clippers are tweaking. Batum shooting 50% from 3 this year. They tweak, bro. Go ahead.
So again, like the Rockets just have actual, like again, I think they'll obviously run into some like rough patches, but like they have actual professional basketball players on their team finally for the first time.
Grant Williams shooting 50% from 3 this year.
That makes sense.
Chet Holmgren shooting 50% from 3 this year.
I didn't know that shit.
Grayson Allen shooting 48% from 3 this year. Jetty is shooting 45.5% from 3 this year. What is going on, G?
I don't know either. It's gonna calm down though. It's only been 8 games.
Well, yeah, I know, but still, good Lord.
But yeah, no. So like, yeah. I just think that you are seeing the effects of one, a good coach, and also 2, having actual professional NBA players on your basketball team, which Houston has not had in 4 years.
Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly. But Tim Hardaway Jr. is taking 9.2 threes a game this year.
That's his job, though.
No, I know. What did we just talk about?
Okay, fair.
A half hour ago. But this is my point. He is taking 9. He is 3rd in the league in 3-point. No, 4th in the league in 3-point attempts.
That's funny as hell. Question: is Şengün an all-star this season?
What did Donald Glover say?
I don't know what Donald Glover said.
This is America. No. Fuck out of here. No. They not gonna vote that man. He not playing no goddamn all-star game. Come on, man. You know them goddamn coaches not voting that man as no goddamn all-star. Stop.
He giving you 19, 8, and 6.
No, listen to me. He is great. He is like a better version of Marc Gasol on offense. On offense.
I'm not mad at that.
On offense. He's a better version of Marc Gasol.
I would have said Brad Miller.
Nah. Because people forget Marc Gasol was really good on offense.
He was.
He could give you 16 a game while giving you 10 rebounds and playing all NBA level defense. Alperen Şengün right now is averaging 19.4 points per game, 8.2 rebounds, 6 assists, and he's shooting 60% from the field goal range this year. So I believe that he is playing at an all-star caliber type of level. But if there's going to be in the West, there's going to be 4 centers that are going to be all-star. I'm sorry. There's going to be possibly 3 centers that are going to be all-stars. It's going to be Jokic. Sabonis is averaging 17, 12.9 rebounds and 7 assists a game, a steal and a block a game. Rudy Gobert might fuck around to be an all-star.
He might.
and AD, because Aiden is not going to be an all-star.
Yeah,
So those three are most likely going to be the big men that will be voted by the coaches to be the all-star. Like Şengün would have to go up to 20 a game and 10 rebounds a game to be an all-star.
fair.
That's my only point, because this is America and they're going to vote in all of these guys that got larger names to the American audience. Şengün is still relatively unknown. He's a young guy. He makes great passes. He's savvy, but he's a young guy and his reputation does not precede him yet. DeMontis does, Jokic's does, and Anthony Davis does. So will they be able to keep this up? Yes, I said they were going to win 40 games. So now I actually think they might win 46 and make the actual like eighth seed. I don't see a reason for them falling off. I think Josh Green is fitting in perfectly within his role, which is to when Van Vliet is not scoring.
Jalen Green.
I'm sorry, not Josh Green. Jalen Green, my bad. When Van Vliet is not scoring and playmaking, do your thing. I think with Kevin Porter Jr. there, they played the same role. So it naturally
AAU ball.
Yeah, but they played the same role though. And both of their role was to make plays and get buckets. Van Vliet is gonna make plays and get buckets because he just gets buckets because he makes plays. Kevin Porter Jr. is not looking to make plays. He's looking to get buckets and make plays. Jalen Green is looking to get buckets and make plays. Now you got a point guard that wants to make plays and get buckets with a guy that wants to get buckets and make plays. It fits together like this now. And then Dylan Brooks just wants to shoot when he's open and talk shit. So now you don't have to deal with these other younger guys that are there that don't know their role. Şengün is very clearly defined in his role. Jabari Smith Jr. is very clearly defined within his role. Jeff Green, OG vet, coming off the bench. Amen Thompson, who's actually on my goddamn fantasy team.
Thompson twins have been great.
Osiris Thompson is averaging 10.5 rebounds a game. He's 6'7".
Incredible. Thompson twins have been literally incredible.
By the way, shout out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart, right? The point guard that we interviewed on Point Guard. Jason Hart, I'm sorry. Jason Hart, coach of the G League Ignite. We interviewed him on Point Guard when we did the show with Baron Davis, and he was actually the coach of those guys. Shout out to him. Also, shout out to Pooh Jeter, who's now working as an executive in the G League as well. These guys in the G League and the G League Ignite are actually building talent.
No, the Thompson twins came from the Overtime Elite. It wasn't the G League.
Oh, they did come from Overtime Elite. I'm thinking about Scoot. My bad. I'm thinking about Scoot. But still, shout out to Overtime Elite.
Overtime. And Overtime has another. There was another 7-foot Frenchman named Alexander Scar, who was an Overtime Elite last season, and he went over to play in the Australian League this year. He's probably coming to the league this year, like a 7'2" French guy.
He's 7'1", 217 pounds. He's from Toulouse, France.
What the fuck they got going on in France right now?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Wizards rookie, I can't pronounce his name, Kabali, he's nice as well. I like him too. That might be the best Wizards draft pick since Bradley Beal. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Speaking of the Wizards, you done with the Rockets?
Yeah, I'm done with the Rockets. We can move on. Jordan fucking Poole. The case of Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole. First and foremost, did you hear that quote when Jordan Poole said, "Yeah, I got my ring. I have nothing to prove"?
Yeah.
Now he's not necessarily wrong. He will always be remembered in NBA history. He will always be remembered. The punch.
I refrain from comment as to why he would be remembered.
The punch may slightly overshadow.
He didn't go viral for winning the championship.
The punch may slightly overshadow his contributions, but anybody who watched that Warriors championship run that season, you cannot discount Jordan Poole's contributions to that championship. He even balled out you cannot discount his contributions to that championship.
I agree.
So he's not necessarily wrong, but Jordan Poole, I hate to say it like this, shows why Draymond punched him at least once a game. At least once a game. So there was a video that came up from the game yesterday when they were against the Nets. And I don't know if they actually got the audio completely correct, but it looked like he said, "This is my team. I don't need to see the play." And I don't know what they went back on the court and did because he wasn't in the huddle paying attention to whatever they was calling up. But they didn't win the game. And today they lost a 30, almost a 30-point lead to the Raptors at the end of the game, and it looked chaotic as well. So what do we think about the case of Jordan Poole? What do we, Thomas? I know you had thoughts on this. What do we think about this?
I have a new company application called Athlean, so I don't have any real world thoughts about this. My only thoughts about this are he needs to be a better teammate, and he needs to act as though he's talking to men, because men don't like being talked to like children. And if you don't have anything left to prove, then that if I'm the guy on the bench, why am I listening to you? And I'll leave it there.
Also, I think if you look at him and Kuzma, right, they have a really weird situation because like both those guys are champions. That they literally are champions. They did win championships. They know what it takes in theory to win a championship. So it's like, even though they're still young, kind of you guys kind of supposed to be the vets. Like you guys kind of supposed to take over this team. Like, yo, like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna help come in here and build a for real foundation.
Yeah, but Jordan Poole is shooting 41% from the field, 41.7% from the field goal range, and 30% from the 3-point line.
Oh, it's bad.
You have something to prove. Kyle Kuzma has actually been hooping this year.
Keep it balling. But have you actually watched the Wizards game?
Kyle Kuzma's averaging 27. I'm sorry. He's averaging 23 points per game, 6.4 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting 47.7% from the field goal range, and 32.8% from the 3-point line. He's only averaging 1.8 turnovers a game this year. He's having the best year of his career right now. So my thing is, if you have nothing to prove, then like, is it over for you?
I don't know, but that was just an interesting video. And again, watching the Wizards hoop is like, bro, if you ever get time and you actually not doing nothing, just watch a Wizards game.
Why?
It is some of the most hilarious basketball you will ever see. We got down to the stretch one day, and
you do good though.
And they did this twice. They ran an isolation for Denny Avia 2 times.
Denny.
Isolation for the game.
It's a joke. Never mind.
For Denny. So
for the isolations, it's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
So again, yeah, man, the Wizards are just a very interesting case, an interesting watch.
Only they would run an isolation for a third-year guy that has done nothing.
This is hilarious. I think it's fourth year now.
Even worse.
But yes, they ran an isolation for Denny. And
I will say this: Denny is averaging 12.9 points per game.
He's not bad, but running an isolation for Denny is what are you doing?
Actually, you know what? Low key, Denny. You know what? I take that back, G. You've been hooping this year. He's shooting 49.5 points. I'm sorry, shooting 49.5% from the field goal range. 34.5% from the 3-point line. He's averaging 12.9, 5.8 rebounds, 1.1 steals. You know what, Denny?
Denny,
you know what?
I'm gonna
take that back. Denny. My bad, G.
Is a solid basketball.
You've been hooping this year.
The issue
the issue is their lineup is Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Poole, Denny Advia, Corey Kispert, and Tyus Jones.
That's our start lineup. It's Tyus Jones, Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma, Denny, and Gafford.
Oh yeah, even worse. Gafford is averaging 7.4, 6.7 rebounds.
He averages 6 rebounds.
6.4.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, the Wizards are gonna be historically bad this season. Basically, they gonna get the Frenchman. Basically, but speaking of Frenchmen, your man's WEMBY. I've been watching more Spurs games.
Incredible.
My main thing about the Spurs is
they don't pass him the goddamn ball.
But can we please stop the Jeremy Sohan at point guard experience? Like, please, can we please just stop it, G? Can we just start Trey Jones, bro? Can we please stop the Sohan at point guard experiment? Can you get the man a point guard? Please, can you get WEMBY a point guard? What are we doing? Like, what are we actually doing? Can we please get WEMBY a point guard?
Can I be honest?
What?
If the Bulls have a fire sale, I go and get Javon Carter and start him.
I think the Bulls probably want to keep Javon Carter. I would like to keep Javon Carter.
Why?
I would honestly keep Javon. I would watch the game today because I think you still need
he's been playing very well. That's why I said why would you keep him?
He's from the city.
You could get a second round pick for him though.
Yes, but I feel like I could probably get more if I offer Caruso.
No, you're missing my point.
I get what you're saying.
If you're the Bulls and you're giving away everyone,
I get what you're saying.
Go get a second round pick for Javon Carter. When would he ever be worth a second round pick? Like, just swap him for a second round pick. The Spurs got capped, they'll take him.
I just think you still need culture builders. And again, Javon is from the city. You got to keep somebody around.
I really want him to go there, but I'm not going to say that.
Like, Javon is from the city. Coach, you got to keep somebody around. But, like,
this man, WEMBY, G, he leading the Spurs in points, rebounds, blocks, steals.
Get the man a point guard.
G. Yeah,
but
the Shohan experience does need to end, but I understand what Pop is trying to do. Pop is basically trying to turn him into Draymond Green.
Yeah, I get that.
But the only issue with it is he's not naturally fluid with the basketball.
The only issue is Draymond Green don't run point guard all game either. Like, it ain't like we just giving him the ball and him set up the whole offense either. That's another fucking issue. Like, you do have a whole Steph Curry out there who was averaging 8 assists before Draymond even got there. Or started playing big minutes.
The Spurs have lost 5 in a row is crazy to me because they were playing very good basketball. But to me, their biggest problem is that is number one, it took them until like the 6th game of the season to realize like, oh shit, WEMBY like he's incredible. Like, I might need to pass him the ball. After the game 1 of the season, G, Pop should have went in the locker room and took a chair and fucking threw it through the biggest TV. The fuck y'all doing? If you don't throw that big motherfucker the ball and look up when the fast break starts, do you want to eat forever? Do you want a new contract? Do you want a new contract? Do you want a new contract? Do you want to be in the league for a long time? Pick up another chair. Throw it. Crafts table. Is this my plate? My post-game plate? Yeah. Pick up the whole crafts table. Flip it over. If y'all don't throw the fucking ball, y'all get the fuck out of here by December and walk out. Because they done lost like 6 of these 7 games from him just being up the floor and nobody looking at him. Now, they've gotten better at it over the last 4 games. But the biggest problem that I have with the Spurs is Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson.
No. Vassell was
both
fine.
Of them.
Keldon Johnson be out there playing for himself.
No, Keldon Johnson out there like he played in the Olympics and he think he hard.
You cannot tell Keldon Johnson he not Kevin Durant. Keldon Johnson does not give a fuck. Devin Vassell is fine. Like, Devin Vassell, he shoot his shots, shoot his open looks. A lot of the shit he gets is from WEMBY. Keldon Johnson be going rogue. Like, literally be going rogue. You can't tell Keldon Johnson it's not his team. Now, sometimes they do wield good results. But it's like Keldon. Like, I be watching some of the games like, gee, give the fucking ball to WEMBY. What are you doing?
They don't yield good results. Keldon Johnson shooting 44.1% from the field goal range, 31.4% from the three-point line, 68% from the free throw line. Give WEMBY the ball and move.
I be watching sometimes like, gee, what the fuck are you doing, G? That was like one play, I think, against the Heat. And like, I forgot, it was either I think it was the Heat. He had time to keep. I'm like, G, just give WEMBY the ball. What are you doing, bro? Just give him the ball, G. The fuck are you doing, yo? But again, this is why I get the man a point guard, G. They have
by the way, WEMBY is better. WEMBY is better than rookie LeBron.
Can we get? Oh my God, bro.
He is.
Oh my God.
He is.
Oh my God.
He is. He give you 2.4 blocks a game.
Oh my God. And Bron was giving you like fucking 8 assists, not 8, 7, 6 assists. In that time, though. In that time. When the lead scores were like fucking, Bron was averaging, I think.
Bron rookie, he averaged 20.9 points, 3.5 turnovers, 0.7 blocks, 1.6 steals, 5.9 assists, 5.5 rebounds. He was taking 18.9 shots a game, shooting 41.7% from the 41.7% from the field goal range, 29% from the three-point line, and 75.4% from the free throw line. He played 79 games. He played 39.5 minutes a game. WEMBY this year is averaging so far 19.7 points per game, 3.8 turnovers, 1.1 steals, 2.4 blocks, 2.5 assists, 8.8 rebounds to the 76.6% from the free throw line, 29.8% from the three-point range, 44.7% from the field goal range, all better than LeBron. And he's only playing 30 minutes a game, and he's taking 2.8 less shots a game than LeBron, and only averaging literally 1.2 less points than LeBron.
I'm not going
He
there
is
yet.
better than rookie LeBron.
No, listen. One. I'm not going there yet. Two, I think Braun was like top.
And it's not a dumb. Hold on, wait, real quick. It's not a dumb comparison because this is comparative with hype.
But Braun was top. I think Braun was top 15 in scoring in that era. That was a lot of fucking points. In 2000, in 03, 04, when they were scoring 80 points a game, that was a lot of points, bro. If I'm not mistaken, he was like top 15 in scoring as a rookie. Am I wrong?
So what?
I'm just saying. Now, granted, we gotta let
Look. If WEMBY averaged the same amount of points, he would be number 38 in points right now. He would be averaging a little bit under Kawhi Leonard. No, he's giving you a steal a game and 2.4 blocks a game.
And Braun was giving you 5 assists and giving you 5 rebounds.
I don't want LeBron to be forgotten. LeBron is the barometer of this new century of the great NBA players.
Everybody better than rookie LeBron. You did say Paolo was better than rookie LeBron.
He was better. Paolo Ranchero was better than rookie LeBron.
Yes,
he was. He was better than rookie LeBron. So was Luka. Facts. He was not. Luka was too. Luka was too. Paolo and Luka was better than rookie LeBron. That's it. Everybody else know.
The only person I will accept again if
WEMBY came out of the French league. Gee, I don't want to hear that. Who the fuck you know that was on WEMBY team?
The dude the Wizards picked, top 10. He was on WEMBY team. Swear to God.
They making a movie about it?
What you mean, huh?
They gonna make a movie about it?
They make a movie about WEMBY?
I'm saying they gonna make a movie about it like they did LeBron.
What?
What you talking?
Probably at some point in time.
They ain't making no goddamn movie.
They will gonna make a movie, but they gonna call that shit Coming to America.
Call that shit WEMBY.
They definitely gonna make a movie about that shit and probably name it exactly what you just said. In about 5 years, they definitely gonna make a movie about that shit.
They gonna find some tall ass light skinned nigga to be like, hey, stand there and speak French.
They definitely gonna make a movie about this shit. But one last thing before we get out of here. Could Dame Lillard be over the hill?
I said that last year, and y'all called me crazy. I don't want to talk to you. Man, get off my phone, bro.
Could Dame Lillard possibly
get
be
off
over
my
the
phone,
hill?
bro?
Now, granted, it's very early, like I said. Maybe the man just trying to adjust. But he is, 33, I think, at this point? 33 years, I think he just turned 33. You know, sometimes it happens for guards quickly.
I mean, you're wrong. Number one, he's taking literally 5 less shots a game this year. He's shooting terribly this year.
He's shooting terribly. That's also my thing.
But
now, granted,
but stop. His turnovers are down.
Well, his assists down too.
Can you fucking let me finish?
I'm just saying.
His turnovers are down. His personal fouls are down. His steals are up. His assists are down. Right? But his free throw percentage is still good. He's shooting 29.3% from the 3-point line and 40% from the field goal range. I feel like last year he did not come out guns blazing. But after that 10-game marker, let's actually look it up, actually. I'm finna look it up. Dame. Come on, man.
He was balling last year to start the season because that's when I thought the Blazers was going to be good. Then that's when they went completely off the ledge. And I was wrong.
So last year to start the season for Portland, Dame Lillard, he had 20, 41, 41, 31, 22. Then he got hurt for 4 games. Then he had 19, 26, 29, 22, 25, 13. Then he was hurt again. Then he had 21. And then after literally the beginning of December, he only scored less than 20 for the rest of the season 4 times. So I don't want to hear that. It's young in the season. He's on a new team. He has to learn how to play with the Greek Freak. And I don't believe he's over the hill, because if he was over the hill, he would have been over the hill last year. And last year, I said he was over the hill. He was going to be over the hill to start the season and before the season. And then once December hit, he lost his goddamn mind. So no, it's not over. He's not over the hill. I'll believe when if he's still trash come March, then I'll have this discussion. But for right now, it's disrespectful.
Like I said,
it's disrespectful. Like me saying he was going to fall off and average 24 last year.
Again, well, he might average 24 this year. I just think his percentages will probably improve. I don't think he has to average.
If his
30.
percentages improve at all, he's going to average more than 24.
Here's my thing with Dame.
He's averaging 24, and he's shooting terribly right now.
Here's my thing.
Playing some of the least efficient basketball he's ever played in his career, PER-wise. Yeah, even this is low key one of the worst offensive rating years he's had since 2016, 2017, other than 2021, 2022. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I think when he has to learn obviously how to play with young, I think it's definitely an adjustment. Like going from having the ball all the time to doing a little bit more set shooting than what you used to doing. Like you used to doing a lot of stuff off the bounce. I saw him run off like 2 pin downs today, like and then like try to throw a lob. I'm like, you don't usually do that. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be a adjustment period for him. Also, defensively, the Bucks defense as a whole is just like they gotta fix that shit. But again, they have a rookie coach. Not like they went out and got like a veteran coach. They have a rookie coach. So that's also a thing. But again, when guards hit that mid-30s, now granted, we in 2024, but when guards hit that mid-30s mark, sometimes it looks a little different. So we'll see. I'm not ready to say he over the hill just yet, but when guards hit that mid-30s mark, sometimes it does look different for him. So, but I still think Dame has a lot of quality basketball left to play.
I'm not upset at that. Yeah, I feel like we talked about everything that we needed to talk about. My random question is, because we did not talk about everybody's favorite team to talk about, which, Dan, you love to say we don't talk about the Clippers. You got a whole episode of Clippers talk, full first 30 minutes. What are your final thoughts on as we round out the show? We can literally let the song play and wrap it out. But what are your thoughts on the LA Lakers and what they've been doing so far?
I mean, the Lakers are good. It's hard to judge the Lakers because actually I'll be going to the game tomorrow, but it's hard to judge the Lakers because everybody ain't back yet. I do like what I'm seeing from Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is finally putting some validity to the Anthony Edwards video. Finally. But Gabe Vincent isn't back. Vanderbilt isn't back. So they got to get their guys back together, and I'll probably have more of a opinion about them then. But I mean, they look cool. No complaints.
I think that it's time to trade Anthony Davis. His trade value will never be higher. It's over. You're literally 500. I know Vanderbilt is coming back, but looking at their current team construction, I don't think that they can beat any of the contenders in the West or in the East. I think if you're depending on LeBron James to be the best player on your team to win a championship at age, what is he, 39? At 38, I think you're tripping.
I mean, what trade they gonna get that's gonna make them a contending team? You have a 38-year-old LeBron James that gotta play 35 minutes for him to win.
I'm talking about looking toward the future, my brother.
What the fuck is the future?
Getting LeBron out of there and telling him to go back to Cleveland, play with Bronny.
We'll see how it goes.
mean, yeah, but I mean that's just my opinion. Like I look at them and I see the same team from last year, and Joe gonna owe me a bottle. Man, Austin Reeves averaging 13 points a game. You talking about he gonna average 16 off the bench?
I mean, it could happen, but like,
you think Austin? I bet me right now, Austin Reeves gonna average 16 off the bench.
I'm not betting you.
I did.
I
did.
did.
No.
Joe said he was gonna be an all-star. He took it deeper than that.
No, but he also said he was gonna average 16 a game. He's averaging 13.2 and he just got benched.
I told you, if he was on the Orlando Magic, he'd have got $40 million.
He'd have got 30.
$30 million.
He would have got 30 for 4.
Literally, if he was on the Orlando Magic. But because he plays in LA.
Backing up Markelle Fultz.
And he got the complexion for the
protection.
Protection. Motherfucker got $60 million.
Hey, he got billboards in LA, so he is a star.
Yes, he is a star for sure.
Yep. But anyways, it's been Hoops and Brews. Final thoughts, Pavy?
Nah, man. Happy to be here. See y'all next time.
Yes, man. It's your boy TPJ, man. I appreciate y'all. Keep rocking with us. Until next time, we'll get up with y'all later.
Driving Impalas, 4s too, talking about they superstars. How you a superstar with a boot on your car? I can feel the air up there. When I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. I can feel the air up there. When I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear.